guys, so we are going to work on teaching Grim here. It's a skill we've started teaching him, but I kind of wanted to show you because it's pretty cool. And when dogs bite things, it's either really cool or tragic, and you call the cops, right? One of the two. So this is one of the cool times. And so here's the problem that a lot of like personal protection dogs traditionally has happened over the years. So, you know, the trainers teach the dog, you grab onto their collar and you tell the dog, you know, watch them, or you tell the dog whatever, and then they bark at the bad guy. Now there's a couple problems here. Number one, let's say you're holding on to this dog. The whole point of the dog is to get you out of bad situations, right? Out of situations that are dangerous. So if I'm holding this dog that's like lunging, I'm not having an easy time getting out of anywhere. And so yeah, it kind of defeats that purpose, number one. Number two, you know, some of our clients, you know, might be smaller women, or, you know, I don't want that to sound sexist, but somebody, you know, maybe somebody that's smaller compared to the dog and doesn't have the strength to hold the dog back, and they're just going to get pulled and, you know, they're going to fall down, and now, you know, they're in a dangerous situation. So there's a command that we're starting to teach him. We're going to use the term watch him, like to watch him. And what we're working on, now right now it's on leash, but eventually this command will be done off leash, meaning, you know, we'll be able to tell the dog, watch him. And then the person, you know, that has the dog, the handler can like back out of there, their hands are free, and the dog is walking, you know, with them, barking, showing aggression towards the bad guy. And so, you know, it gives them the ability to reach into their phone, or reach into their pocket, grab a phone, call the police. If they're somebody that carries a weapon, gives them a chance to grab their gun or their knife or whatever weapon they shoot, you know, have, or a taser, you know, and it gives them the opportunity to do something, whereas traditional protection dog training, you're just holding on and hoping, you know, that like that bad guy goes away. What if there's two bad guys? What if there's three bad guys? What if, you know, what if the situation is like, I gotta get out of here as quick as we can, but I gotta grab my keys, and I can't do that if I'm holding the dog. Anyways, there's a lot of like utility in this command. And so it's super hard for the dog to do though. And in fact, most dogs cannot do this, and the reason why is, we're gonna be using like leash corrections for right now to kind of get the dog to go backwards. Now outside of this, we've been working on the dog going backwards just in general. And that's why we're near a wall, so that it kind of helps him go backwards a little bit more. But drive and protection is all about going forward and like barking and lunging and getting this guy. Whereas what we're asking him to do now is saying, okay, maintain that, maintain the barking, maintain the craziness, maintain that, but also walk backwards at the same time. And so it's two completely conflicting mindsets, and so it's really hard for a lot of dogs to get. And like I say, most dogs would not be able to do this, because the second we start putting a little bit of pressure on them, they're like, oh, I'm being corrected, I'm not allowed to be barking right now. And so anyways, there's this fine little, you know, dance we have to walk between the dog's drive, what I'm doing, what Sarah's doing, and things like that. And so what we're going to do here in a second is the second she gives the command, she's going to have kind of a short leash, and she's going to start going backwards. Now, at this point, if we get one step or two steps, that's all we care about. And she's going to let the dog go, he's going to attack me, and so the dog's going to start to realize, okay, if I just walk backwards and bark, I get what I want, because what he wants right here, he wants to bite. And so he learns if I can do that, I get what I want. So whenever you're ready, go ahead and we'll kind of get this started.
Here, watch it.
There's slippery floors. Oh gosh. Yeah, this guy's drunk. Good boy. Good boy. I'm going to slip the sleeve. Let him win. He was like, I can barely get there, but once he got me, man, he bites hard. All right, and so go ahead and put him in a down so I can grab him. All right. And so there, he got 2 or 3 steps, and you can tell it's a little bit like jittery right now because this is new to him. But we'll see how he does over the next couple little reps here. All right.
Watch him.
Good boy. So there you can see he was trying to bridge the two feelings. He's going backwards, and he's like, I can't bark while I go backwards. Good boy. Good boy. You win. Good boy. And so the second he barked, while going backwards, boom, he gets his reward. So that we can kind of make that connection for him. Dude, this is all you got to do. Not all you got to do, but you know, this is what you got to do in this scenario. Let's do a couple more and see how he does. Okay, bring him a little closer so we have enough room to, in case you need the room.
Watch him. Watch him. Good. Good. Good.
Good boy. So you can see that time, he got it better than the previous times. Good boy. Where he's still, you can tell it's not like as fluid walking backwards, but he's starting to get this concept of, oh, okay. And if you watch, you might not be able to see Sarah's handling too much. On my side, I can see it. She's just giving like these tiny little taps. Because if she was doing more than that, like big corrections, he's gonna be like, oh, I can't be doing this. And so it's this very fine line of watching his, making sure we're maintaining his drive. All right?
Watch him. Watch him.
Okay, good boy. Good boy. Good boy.
I'm gonna try to hug the wall on this next one a little bit better.
And have you been using the e-collar at all?
A little bit.
Okay. Yeah, so we're starting to add the e-collar in because eventually we want this to be an off-leash command, and the e-collar will allow this to quickly turn into an off-leash command. But it's the same thing. We can't just like hit the button on the e-collar. The e-collar needs to be employed as the leash is being employed. Because the leash is telling the dog this, the e-collar, just this little tickle, is telling the dog nothing. But we combine the two, and as time goes on, we can have him off leash and just use the e-collar. And as time goes on, he won't need that either. Let's start you right here.
Watch him. Watch him.
Good boy. Good boy.
Good.
Okay, good boy. Good boy. We'll get one more. Okay. Before my back is out. He's such a strong dog. He just like bites and like drops. He's like, I'm taking this guy down.
Got a thick neck.
Yeah.
Out.
All right, so on your end, be just a touch closer to his neck so that he can't like get too far ahead of you.
Okay.
All right, one more, buddy. So like I said, it's probably the second or third session of doing this. And each session he gets a little bit better and understands a little bit more. But it's hard for the dog to get it.
Watch him. Watch him.
Okay, good boy. Good boy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just cuts everything.
Yeah.
This is mine.
So cool. Hopefully we'll have a chance to film him doing this more when he's a little bit more advanced. But anyways, I wanted to show because this is one of the neat, like, advanced protection dog exercises that we'll train dogs to do. It's fun for the dog, and it's really handy if you ever need it. So, thanks.